Okay, now it's time for the final phase of our model, last touch. What we're going to do first, you see the line of the orbit of the moon going around the Earth. Let's go through here, take a pen or a pencil, whatever's convenient for you, and just make a line on that orbit on the moon. So we're going around here. Okay, now this is the view from Earth. That's what's tricky. So this moon is the view from Earth. All right. And then this out here, we see this side. Okay, imagine your eyeballs right here, and you're looking this way. Your eye, you would see this part of the Earth, and you wouldn't see this side. So you can use your finger to cover up this side. You can also use, another teacher showed me a really smart way. You could also cut a Post-it note, if that works better for you, and you could have side of the moon you can't see on Earth. So that's another way you could do it, or you could just use your finger, whatever makes you happy. If you come up with another way, I love your solutions. I'd like to see that too. Okay, so this is the side we can't see. So this is the tricky part about this. But if we're looking from Earth and this is what we see, this is the view, what would we see? Take a moment, take a guess, pause the video, and draw in what this view would be. Okay, welcome back. All right, if I put my finger here, there's a view from Earth. This one, view from Earth, would look like this. Okay, so it would be completely in shadow. And this moon, this is, we're learning the moon phases. This would be a new moon. This one right here and right here. They're just two different views of the same thing. New moon, and in our month, this would be 0 days as the month just begins. Okay, let's go around. You can put my finger here. How much light do we see on the moon from Earth? Well, it looks over here, it looks like we only see about a quarter, this little corner. So if we were to draw that over here, we'd have just a sliver of light on this side. So go over here, put a sliver on. Is that starting to look familiar to you in the night sky? And then this side, if we look at all this shadow over here, most of this thing's in shadow, probably about 3/4 or more. And this side would be in shadow. And for this would be a waxing crescent moon. We're going to learn what waxing means in a minute. And this would be right after the new moon, so the moon's going this way. Okay, if you take your Post-it note or your finger, how much of the light do we see now on the moon, on this one? Well, if we look right here, we're only seeing about half. And then this part would be in shadow, so this part's in shadow. And then this part over here would be lit up. This would be a half moon, first quarter. These are very important with the tides for biologists or people fishing. And this would be after 7 days. After a week after this new moon, we'd come around 7 days later, you'd see the moon half lit up in the sky. Okay, let's put our finger down here again. How much light do you see now? Well, most of this thing is lit up now, so that's about 3/4 or more in light. So if we draw the light on here, it's going to be most of this side. And then the shadow is going to be on this side. All right, so this would be a waxing gibbous right here. Waxing gibbous, the type of moon. And what does waxing mean anyway? If you look at waxing, what do you think it means? And again, with our inquiry, write down, pause the video, write down what you think waxing means. Okay, what did you write? So if you see the light the light, what is it doing? It's here, then it's here, then it's here. So waxing means it's growing or expanding. You can see the light growing or expanding over the moon as we pass through the month. So over here, we're going to use our, I didn't center this one exactly, but that's all right. Let's put our finger on the side of the moon we can't see. How much light do we see on the moon now? So we take our finger away, light it up. This is our view from Earth. And now we see the entire thing. What kind of moon is that? Again, take a moment to write it down. This would be a full moon. Okay, all of it is lit up. That's what we see in the night sky, that dramatic full moon. That's after 14 days. And we also know you need to watch out for werewolves when you see this. Okay, now the moon keeps going around, and we're going to put our finger again on it. And look, just a little shred is in shadow. So we're going to go over to this side and just put a little bit of that moon in shadow. And then the rest of it will be lit up. And this type of moon is called a waning gibbous. Right here. And then as we keep going around, put your finger on here, how much of the moon is lit up. We see about half of the moon. Okay, half is in shadow. So again, we're back where we were at the start. Here's our Earth view of the moon. Half in shadow, half in light. And this would be half moon last quarter. And then as we continue around, we're getting to the last one. You put your finger or your Post-it note there. How much do you see here? Well, most of the Earth's in shadow, and you just, again, have a little sliver of light over here. And again, this is a little tricky because the view downwards opposite of the view up. So we have half it in shadow right here. And this would be a waning crescent. Okay, and this would be, we were turning in 28 days. Back to the beginning of the month, and over here we have about 21 days to the half moon. So there we go. We learn about phases of the moon. These are all different phases of the moon. I'm going to just highlight those. So we have the new moon, which is the beginning of the month. We'll do a quick review. We go around. We have a waxing crescent as the light grows. We go over here. We have a half moon as half the moon is lit up. And the light is growing. We have this waxing gibbous. Then we have a full moon after 14 days. We continue around. We have a waning gibbon this way. And then after 21 days, we have a half moon. And then we have a waxing crescent. And we're back to a new moon in 28 days. And these are the phases of the moon, the time, and this is how they happen, most importantly, with light. I also made a mistake in there, so if you catch it, I will send you a virtual fruit snack.